My elephant has dreamt of India now. Oh, well, that's actually me. The elephant is me having eaten too much and my dreaming about meditation centers and elegante centers and quiet places to do meditation and the perfect place. Oh, so you're dreaming of meditating? Why don't you meditate? Well, I did meditate. So now I have the podcast because I have to explain that what is related in the outward form of the story and that the outward form suits those who can absorb it in this podcast and the mirror image of their imagination. However, due to the transcendent nature of the essence of this podcast, speech feels ashamed to reveal it. Yeah, in a way, I'm still ashamed of what I'm doing. And due to shame, it loses its head. And because of being ashamed, I lose my head and my proud beard and pen. And so, is that why you haven't podcast in a while? Yeah. The intelligent one is satisfied with just a hint? Well, an intelligent listener will be satisfied if I just give a hint in this podcast. So you should be satisfied if you're intelligent. If you're not intelligent, you are not satisfied with this podcast. So be satisfied, for God's sakes. Or meditate prior to listening so you could be in a state of satisfaction. Especially you're very respectful and you will be ashamed of having listened to this podcast. And you shouldn't be ashamed of listening to a podcast of Rumi because he's a great saint. And I'm reading the Masnavi, Book 5, page line 1895. My elephant has dreamt of India now. Well, when are you going to India? Oh, I thought you were going to... Yeah, the master said he gets us excited about going to a meditation center in Chicago as much as India. Really? As much or second or the same? Well, I did dream of going to Naperville, and I did go to Naperville. Why? So you acted on my elephant has dreamt of India now. This Hamlet's wrecked. Don't hope for tact somehow. So how can verse and rhyme still come to me with roots of good health ruined totally? Yeah, that's why I have to get my roots of good health fixed up and try to keep exercising and walk. We're gonna walk today. I don't know how, but probably gonna do a boat tour of Chicago. So how can verse and rhyme will come to me with the roots of good health ruined totally? That comes from being a tourist. But tourists do walk a lot. Are you okay, Amor? Oh my gosh, she said such...
Jabón es muy bueno para eso,
Oh, Harbon is bueno?
Jabón es muy bueno y no deja levantar.
Harbon is good for a burn. You have a burn.
Donde no sea por la Biblia, David, eso me cae directo, peor, me hubiera quemado peor.
You had a
La
tragedy.
Biblia me sostuvo mucho eso, la Biblia.
The Biblias?
Sí, porque esto cayó más que todo en la Biblia.
Was that chocolate you had?
No, eso es tea.
Tea, oh. You gonna make chocolate?
Ya, mire, este es el chocolate.
She had an accident today and she spilled tea on herself and Bible, so you have to be careful. Just hanging out in bed, reading the Bible with your tea, and yeah. So someday you're gonna spill. You remember there was a prior podcast with an accident. What did it spill on? It spilled on like. Trying to think, like if you spill near a computer, What do you spell? We had a prior accident on something like Florida with chocolate spilling or something. But he's saying you keep it away from electrical devices and computers and books and things. That is if you want good health, not to be totally ruined. I have more than one set madness in love sadness. I have more than one madness in love sadness. What are you sad about? You somehow got a sadness about the whole thing with the traffic and your romantic visions. And you wanted to do something romantic with the boat tomorrow? You think it's romantic?
Yeah, not romantic.
More the boat?
Yeah,
The boat to Michigan is muy costosa. I think it's un cien for the coche, un cien for Davy, un cien for Olga. It's like 300. It's too much.
No.
That's crazy. They want like $300 to pass over to Michigan.
No necesita.
From Milwaukee. I don't think we can do it if that's correct, though.
No necesita.
If it was 1 cien, it's okay, but 3 cien is...
No, it's crazy. No.
I'm not going to get involved in that kind of racketeering. Yeah. Huh?
No necesita.
No. If it was 1 cien, it's fine.
Y no puede drive.
We'll drive, yeah. We're going to drive.
Michigan, drive.
We'll have to drive. Yeah.
Pues, información, si es muy costoso, no.
I could call them, but I think it's correct. It's very costly. For una persona is 1 cien. For Davy Olga's 2 cien.
Por eso.
Kochi is 1 cien.
No.
1, 2, 3.
No, muy costoso.
It's crazy.
No.
Everything
No
the cost
necesita,
has gone up.
No necesita.
And my cost of gas was 47. The gasolino in Chicago. I don't know, the taxes are high, and I had like premium gas for $6.
Información
What the hell
bien.
was $6?
No, información bien. Información bien. Si solo son 1 cien, es accedible.
I could double check it, but I think the cost is very high. The cost has gone up everywhere with inflation. What? Yeah, I've been talking about inflation. Why do you talk about economics and conditions, tourism, and all these things in your podcast? Yeah. Well, I was just saying I don't want my health ruined or I can't do this podcast. Okay, then why don't you? Bobby, the Trader Joe's is a brewer and stuff, and it's open and they have Starbucks, but you want Trader Joe's mustardy? It's open, the store, the tiendra's, this tiendra's open, a brewer. Yeah, it's okay. We can also caminar.
Si quieres chocolate.
Not at Diaz caminar.
Es okay, vamos a caminar si quieres. Un rato.
Or whatever you like. Or were you going to go to the Colombian bakery, like
Sí, yo quiero ir.
Before Auntie the Bota?
Tú decides, amor, I don't know, no lo sé.
Whatever.
You decisión.
Decision, yeah. Well, we have...
You esposa, entonces, you
At
decisión.
a las 1:30, you have to go to the Bota.
De voto.
Yeah, you have to park and go to Bota. Because the Bota's at 2, but you have to be almost a las 1:30. And then you go to Bota. Yeah, it's okay, David Shishan. But you relax and enjoy the hotel. Relax. We have a hotel, and we finally moved it closer to Lincoln Park. And what are you doing, anyways? Well, I have more than one madness and love sadness. Then why are you going mad, and what are you sad about? It's madness upon madness upon madness. Yeah, that's the layering all the things I'm doing, and I've gotten so desperate that I have to go to Chat GPT to get the answers now. There's so many cars and traffic, and I'm desperately asking Chat GPT to find me places that have high walkability, where they. I'm going to have to find a place with no cars, or go to a Greek island, or go to some place where they block the cars out, or ban cars, or I don't know what I'm going to do. But I have more than one madness at the traffic. My body melts through that world's indications. I view substance in annihilations. See, I don't view like healthy and glamorous and glamorous tourist attractions, but I view substance in annihilations. So I'm looking for the empty part of the world. That's why we're gonna have to go back to the farm and empty ourselves out. My body melts through that world's indications. I view substance in annihilations. Yeah, and these are poems within the poems of annihilation. Yeah, well, what's that, Amor? That's pretty. That's one of your vestivals. Yeah, that's nice. You want to wear that today? What are you going to wear on the boat? I don't know, to check the weather. Always checking all kinds of things, like the weather. You have travel madness. Is that what you're mad about? Yeah, the complications of traveling. Well, the weather is muy bueno. I think more a las doses, 80. It's not, it's a little warm. Yeah, but on the boat, maybe it's not terrible. Should be okay. Should be bueno clima. Yeah. But I've gone mad trying to find the proper climate, and I get frustrated, and that I can't live all the time in Colombia, and so I view substance in annihilations. So I'm going to annihilate the stupidity of myself and the way I'm looking for, the way I keep looking for stuff. Yeah. Ayaz, my love for you has made me thin. Yeah, and I'm still waiting for that moment when my love for God makes me thin. I stop eating and meditate more, and I'm going to become like starve myself to death in annihilation. Wow. What's that about? That's what Mommy does. That's why she's so beautiful. My love for you has made me thin. Or maybe this love for my wife is making me thin, so I can impress my wife. What, more? That's a pretty dress. Yeah. My wife's love for me makes her thin because she wants to be beautiful. She stays thin because of her love for me. I cannot narrate more. So now you begin, and I can't say more about that. So I've said so much about your love, you tell about mine now. I'm like a tale as well. Yeah, it's about time they talk about my devotion to God. I'm tired of just hearing about how God loves me, and oh yeah, God, He loves you. God loves you, and Jesus loves you, and the Christ power loves you. What about me loving the Christ power, and why don't They talk about that. Yeah. What if my love for Christ is greater than Christ's love for me? Yeah, he should wake up. I've said so much about your love. You tell about mine now. I'm like a tale as well. Yeah, and this podcast is like a tale as well. So, why can't it be recognized as a tale? You now narrate, not me, you whom men follow. I'm Sinai, you are Moses, this the echo. And I'm sort of just echoing Rumi in a way. And yeah, I decided my board of directors. It's funny, that's stupid. I think of stupid things. That's why you could just say that I've gone mad. Oh, yeah, you've gone mad when you think of these stupid things in the podcast. Yeah, I was thinking my board of directors for my life itself, what should be like Buddha and Rumi and like Kirpal Singh and Beethoven. Why Beethoven? Well, they cover the music part. What about your tennis players? I don't have a professor for that, but I have Buddha is clearly a giant of meditation, and he's a Buddhism itself. And then you have Rumi's covering sort of like Sufism and the full field of Sufism and Islam. And then you have Kirpal Singh is sweeping. He sort of covers the whole area of Radha Swami and Satmat and Sikhism, and Beethoven is covering my piano playing, and he may complain about you when I'm practicing. Yeah, he's mad at me right now. So, but he gets mad at a lot of people. Yeah, he's an unusual person. He's on the board though. How's he get along with Buddha? Well, he actually had very strong disciplinary things about him. It's the mystery that we're finding out now. You now narrate, not me, you whom men follow. I'm Sinai, you are Moses, this the echo. How can the mountain understand our speech? It lacks the knowledge Moses had in reach. The mountain only knows to its own limit. The body's only slightly graced by spirit. The body has the astrolab's own role. It tells you where to find the sun-like soul. Astronomers who do not have good sight need one who makes the astrolabes just right. To make one for them to provide a clue about the sun they seek but cannot view. If a soul needs an astrolabe, that one can't know that much about the sky and sun. You look through the eye's astrolabe, but see only a teeny bit with certainty. Yeah, it's funny, I'm looking all over the place, but my mind is only capable of seeing a teeny bit with certainty. Yeah, I'm not hardly even certain about the ferry crossing the lake, and I'm never quite certain where I'm gonna stay the next night, and there's huge volatility. Huh?
Es muy corto.
Corto? Short? Corto? Oh, that thing. You need a top on. Oh, it's corto. Corto. Yeah, that thing can double as a dress and a skirt. That's unusual. That's both a vestibule and a skirt. She has this thing. Oh. We can't know for certainty what she's going to wear today. Only a teeny bit with certainty. I'm not certain what I'm wearing until I put it on, and what are you not certain about? Why don't you make a plan? Well, I do have plans. We're going on the architecture tour of Chicago. And then was thinking of Galena, but only a little bit, teeny bit with certainty. I've seen the world through your eyes, limits only. Oh, I've seen the world through your eyes, limits only. Where is the world? Why feel proud and act boastfully in this podcast? Yeah. Why should I be so proud when I think that I've accomplished something by going on the boat tour? You feel so proud. I'm not feeling that proud. You're not proud of this podcast? No. I've seen the world through your eyes, limits only. Where is the world? Why feel proud and act boastfully? Mystics possess a special call to see. K-O-H-L. I know the call is, are you making chocolate? Seek it, turn your eyes, stream into a sea. I'm supposed to turn the nectar in my third eye into a sea? Yeah, they were saying something about in my Roots of Yoga. I think it was Roots of Yoga about how the guys, the yogis, they take their... Let's be careful with the Tomar. What? This one's finished?
Sí, para pocillos. Ese pocillo es el de Olga, ese de Olga.
More, you want this cuppa? Here, take this and rinse it. Get 2 more. Oh. I'm gonna rinse it. Oh. Oh, yeah. I have to get my chocolate. Yes. Chucky, Chucky. Huh. Yeah, it comes down to the bottom line. The wife has a high utility because you spend most of your time with your wife. Mystics possess a special call to see. Seek it, turn your eye stream into a sea. Oh, I was saying about the yogis in India, they actually take their kundalini up to the third eye where there's supposed to be a cool lake of nectar. So this is some sort of so that's in this cool lake of nectar. So yeah, what was that about? That sounds true, I think. Yeah. That's actually correct. Okay, so don't question it. All right. Oh, nice. Well, thank you. These are churros. Is it Mexican? Mexicano? Are these Mexicano? Yeah, we had gone to a little village where they had the Mexican Empire, the Mexicans in Chicago, which is a major empire. They're saying there was more Mexicans, or I don't know if it was Latinos or Mexicans or whatever in Chicago than anywhere else. What? I don't know if that's true, but I guess it's possible. Yeah. Not to mention 57 million Spanish speakers in the United States. Oh, wow. I think that's more than the whole country of Spain or something. If reason and my wits had stayed with me, what is this crazy speech of mine in this podcast? Tell me. My brain's lost reason and all consciousness, so you can't fault me for my craziness in this podcast. Yeah, you can't really. By the way I've structured the podcast, stating that I've gone mad and crazy, that it's hard to fault somebody when they claim that they're crazy. Yeah, how can you fault me? You could fault me by saying that I'm claiming to be crazy and I'm not crazy, and that's a fault. Okay. My brain's lost reason and all consciousness, so you can't fault me for my craziness, especially after you've meditated a long time and all. But it does stabilize it, actually, I think. You gotta realize that the meditation can stabilize your brain, actually, as well. It's his fault. He stole my intelligence. Yeah. It's not my fault either. Because my intelligence was stolen by the master, actually. He steals ideas from me in his talks. Well, thank you, Maura. This is nice. It's not too hot. You gotta be careful not to burn yourself now. Like I was saying, these are churros. They're a little piece of bread. Is this pan anymore? What is this? Pan?
No, pan.
Churros.
Churros.
How do you pronounce it? ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice?
Churros.
Churros?
Churros.
Churros with chocolate.
Sino que esos es mucho azúcar, pero Olga no suga.
You want desayuno or almuerzo or lunch afuera? You want it? Before you? Ante? Or you don't know?
No, amor, ¿qué más es tu desayuno?
We'll have lunch después la bolsa. Well, I don't know. This is lunch. Well, this is comida right now.
Lunch después de...
I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. Why should I worry about it?
llevar el yogurt, pavote.
Two people worry about eating. You should eat the light and sound of God.
Amor,
¿no?
puedes llevar el yogurt y eso para el bote. Y después lunch.
Oh, después?
O antes, o
ante. The yogurt, it could be ante. Is there a Nevada in here? No. No Nevada?
No,
Yeah. Okay. It's no grande. Yogurt no grande.
No, pero lunch before de bote.
She's got to get ready for tennis, so I have to read this. You who lead wits and reason far astray. Our minds have only you for hope today. I've not missed this podcast. I've not missed reason while you've made me crazy, nor envied beauty while you decorate me. So is my madness loving you thought good. So this, you could think of this as a good podcast because it's very predictable. So all scholars nearing him lose theirs at once. It's his fault that he stole my intelligence. Yeah, we had discussed that it's his fault in this podcast. Yeah, all the errors in this podcast are his fault. Yeah, I don't make mistakes. It's his fault. He stole my intelligence. All scholars nearing him lose theirs at once. So I lose it right away in the podcast. I'm on line 19, 12. in the book 5 of the Masnavi. You who lead wits and reasons far astray, our minds have only you for hope today. Yeah, my only hope really is that my wife will always play with me in tennis. And there was 2 good players on the court yesterday. They play standard textbook tennis school, American tennis school tennis. And the one guy, he was hitting with 2-handed backhands. And I don't know, it didn't seem very flexible. I mean, they try to hit hard, but he's like, I didn't see him hit with a one-handed backhand. It was very textbook tennis. What? That's a good player, so what are you complaining about? Yeah. So there appeared on the courts 2 good players, and you're just saying that because you're afraid they'll beat you. Okay. I've not missed reason while you've made me crazy, nor I've not missed playing tennis while he made me crazy, but nor envied beauty while you decorate me. And you envied the fact that they're playing and you didn't get to play with them. So is my madness loving tennis. You thought good. I'm thinking it's good, but, well, why is it so good? Well, I get exercise. And yesterday I actually did 3 hours exercise, and I had 1 hour of jogging, 1 hour of kayaking, and 1 hour of tennis serve practice. Wow. So you're back into your fitness enthusiast mode, I guess. Because you want to be envied for your beauty. I envy other people's beauty. I envied their tennis playing, and it irritated me that they didn't ask me to play. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you wanted to make it appear like you were even better than them, and you're snobby, and you wouldn't play with them. So, nor envied beauty while you decorate me. So is my madness loving you thought good. Say yes. May God reward you as one should. Yeah, God should reward me. Why you demand that God reward you? I mean, you're not supposed to be shopkeeping, and you're not supposed to have fear. And you read Vivekananda in devotion, thought. Yeah. Whether he speaks in Arabic or Persian, yeah, I don't really care if he does speak Arabic or Persian. It's okay if he does. Whether he speaks in Arabic or Persian, which ears and minds possess its comprehension. Yeah, I don't care if they speak English or Spanish. Which ears and minds possess its comprehension. His wine's not right for every mind, that's clear. His slavery's earring won't fit every ear. His slavery. Yeah, not everybody wants to become a slave, because it's like slavery. Yeah. If I was like in Chicago, I'd end up becoming a slave. Yeah, so is that why you ran away? Or why do you like, his wine's not right for every mind, that is clear. Yeah, not everyone wants to sit in meditation throughout the day and just sit there like a dead tree stump and act like they're dead. And most people, not that many people, want to just do nothing. Well, I thought you were retired and you were like spending your early years of retirement in meditation. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to spend it I am going to spend it in the latter years, but I'm not going to tell my mind that I am. But I'll say that I'm not and trick my mind. Oh, okay. So you're going to spend your now time in meditation, and tomorrow you're just going on vacation. Yeah, that's what it is. I meditate first, and then I exercise. Oh, okay. His wine's not right for every mind. Yeah, not everybody likes to drink the wine of the master in deep meditation in the ashram or in the meditation center. Not that many people come and sit in the sanctuary in deep long-term meditation, though they could. That's clear. His slavery's earring won't fit every ear. I've come back like a madman once again. Yeah, well, what I do is I come back every once in a while like a madman and sit in meditation at the meditation center in Chicago. Oh, it's not Chicago, it's Lyle. Lyle, is that like your Lyle? Yeah, that's Lyle. I wouldn't want to lie about the fact that I go to Lyle, so I'm not lying about it. I've come back like a madman once again. Soul, go away and quickly fetch a chain. If it's not my beloved's dress, I'll just break chains you bring, 100 if I must. Yeah, I've been breaking out of my chains of my bad karma, and I just sort of blow it out with meditation. You use the sound current to break chains. Yeah, when I listened to they were saying how the sound current immediately rings when you step into the meditation chamber. Oh, yeah. And break chains, you bring 100 if I must. Yeah, and I have a lot of bad karma, so it's hard for me to even get to Chicago with my bad karma, and so that's why I haven't even been there. So you got there? Well, yeah. The wisdom of reflecting on his old boots and fleece coat, for let man reflect on what he has been created from. Reflecting on your old boots and fleece coat. I actually put the fleece coat on because it was cold a little bit, and I had shorts on, and to do ultra early morning meditation is cold even in the summer. So I put on the fleece coat, and I have my old boots out on the porch, which are still muddy and stuff. So that's the wisdom out here on the farm. Are you on the farm? Bring back Ayaz's love's tale now for me. Yeah, bring the tale on. Now. Yeah, the thing is, I'm into Nowism, and I'm like a Nowistic philosopher. I don't want to hear it tomorrow. Okay. So you're not going to read tomorrow? Bring back Ayaz's love's tale now for me. For that's a treasure full of mystery. Yeah, I was reading about Hassan, and Hassan is like an early mystic who, I don't know if he's influenced by Rabia, who's also an early mystic. And interesting, I saw that Rabia is buried near the Mount of Olives, and the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. So you could go to Jerusalem and see Rabia. Oh, really? Yeah, I was reading, and that's in, they talk about where did you read this stuff? Oh, yeah, I read both in the Memorial of the Saints of Attar has a thing on he's a memorial. He wrote the little mini biographies. There's their old tales, their love tales. He wrote those things from. That's a book I have on the Kindle with the Memorial of the Saints of Attar. But this other book on Sufism was mentioning Hassan. What about Hassan? Well, Yeah, what we were saying about Hassan. Yeah, Hassan. He's full of mysteries. For that's a tale, treasure full of mystery. He would go to that closet every day to see his boots and old coat, come what may, being intoxicates self with great might, stealing your reason, wiping shame from sight, from hiding places, though these intoxications have waylaid millions of past generations. Azazul turned to Satan tragically. Why not should Adam lord it over me? I'm noble, nobly born, and I am ready for countless virtues to reach me already. I'm not inferior in good qualities to have to serve foes like him on my knees. I was born from great fire, and he from mere clay. Clay can't compete with fire in any way. Where was he when I was a major leader in this world and the glory of the era? Flames blazed within, but the wrecked simpleton. Flames blazed within that wrecked simpleton. Yeah. If you have a flame, well, I know I'm a kind of a wrecked simpleton. So do I have a flame burning? Or flames blazed within that wrecked podcaster? He was of fire like Father's soul, like Son. But no, it was God's wrath. I've got it wrong. To give a cause when it does not belong. That the causeless act is causeless totally. Fixed from the start of time eternally. How can a transient thing with imperfection be found in acts of holiest perfection? How can they? Oh, so you're getting ready. Huh. You Frio? Or you could be Frio. Oh, no, you have long pants? What's your pants more? Oh, you won't be so Frio. That's okay. I'm going to get ready to go myself. So we're going to go play tennis. Even though it's not the holiest perfection of tennis. And it's transient and all that stuff. But, oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm coming. 10 minutes.